Welcome to Wild Breakaway with Ben Clymer. I'm Audra Martin. So far, it is a happy new year for the Minnesota Wild, kicking off a 4-game road trip with a 4-goal come-from-behind win against one of the top teams in the NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs, who have a ton of talent. Minnesota needed this win in a big way, and those are 2 big points.
Awfully big points for the Minnesota Wild, playing a Toronto team that is very talented, scored not once but twice first in that first period, but the Minnesota Wilds didn't break. Yes, certainly they had problems through the middle stanza as well, but all of a sudden things clicked in that third period. Specifically defensively, Devan Dubnyk was outstanding.
Yep. Mitchell Marner scored 7 seconds into the game. That is the fastest goal scored on the Minnesota Wild in franchise history. Unfortunately, the Wild not able to come up with too many power play opportunities, just 14 in their last 9 games, but that rock-solid penalty kill comes up big again, a perfect 4 for 4, and the Wild get the win despite a late push from the Toronto Maple Leafs, including 19 third-period saves from Devan Dubnyk to get the job done.
That's sort of been what it's been like for the last month, basically, but in contrast to that, in the third period, they were in our zone the whole period, and I thought for the first time we got a little lucky. You know, Doobie was really good in the third period, and his pucks bounced over their sticks and hit our guys and everything. But sometimes you're just destined to get a little bit of luck. Sometimes.
So this 4-game road trip, 3 of the teams are current playoff teams. The lone team on the outside, Ottawa, who we will face on Saturday, another early game. And when I say they're not in the playoff picture, they are not even close. Dead last in the Eastern Conference, the team the Minnesota Wild need to take advantage of. They will go into this game on a 6-game losing streak and just 1 regulation win in the last month.
Yeah, you just can't give this team any hope that it might be a different type of game for the Ottawa Senators. You have to make them understand that this is going to be a continual of their 6-game losing streak, like you talked about. Scoring first, obviously important, but even more so, making sure that they know that this isn't going to be a gift. Even if you don't score first, the Minnesota Wild prove they can come back and score. Coming back against the Ottawa Senators much easier than what we saw against tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, today in Toronto, the Wild's domination over the Maple Leafs continue. They have won now 9 out of the last 11 meetings with Toronto, and this was a big one. We'll see if they can keep the ball rolling on Saturday against Ottawa. We look forward to seeing you then. For Ben Clymer, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us on Wild Breakaway.